home ownership is still an aspiration among a majority of Nigerians. Millions of Nigerians struggle for affordable housing amidst the real estate boom. For many low-income Nigerian families, especially those with children, once the bare essentials are paid, such as house rent and basic food and clothing, the paycheck is gone. There is nothing left to go towards saving for better shelter or a better life. Affordable housing becomes a key issue when a majority of the population is not able to buy houses at the market price. It is therefore the responsibility of the public and private sectors to cater to the rising demand for affordable housing. This is Housing Development with your housing diva, Flora Ani. Let's see the news trending in the housing sector. I'll be back in a moment.
Nigerian Institute of Town Planners (NITP) has called on the new administration and all stakeholders to consider fiscal planning as a means of sustainable development, saying there is no better alternative to town planning. Speaking during a press conference in Abuja with the theme "The New Dawn," we are either done or down. Recently, the 25th National President of NITP, Nathaniel Atebije, who called on the government to rise to the occasion and implement the law, attributed the problems of catalogue of physical, economic, social and environmental challenges to neglect of town planning by the authority.
We want to remind the ruling party of their campaign promise that they will ensure full compliance of town planning with town planning and environmental laws and edicts, to set up institutions to implement the Nigerian Urban and Regional Planning Law, which was enacted about 30 years ago, such as the National Physical Planning Commission, to embark on the preparation of National Physical Development Plan.
In addition, the Institute wants the government to restructure its agencies and create a single Ministry of Fiscal Planning rather than being an appendage to other ministries.
We call on the federal government again to restructure its agencies and create a single Ministry of Fiscal Planning rather than being an appendage to other ministries.
The Housing Development Advocacy Network (HDAN) has expressed worries over the ongoing demolition of buildings and structures in Kano State in the last 2 weeks. Executive Director of HDAN, Festus Adebayo, said the demolition exercise has become a sort of distraction because of the negative flakes it's drawing to the governor. Adebayo, who stated this in a statement he personally signed, said rather than attract legal issues, the governor should face governance by doing more in addressing the challenges confronting the people. The pioneer housing advocacy organization in Africa therefore urged Governor Abba Yusuf to refrain from demolition of buildings and structures in the state. The Lagos state government has initiated the demolition process of 17 buildings in Alaba International Market. According to witnesses, the demolition began early on Sunday morning, discreetly under the cover of darkness. The furniture section of the market was most affected. According to reports, a demolition notice was issued just 2 days before the exercise. The demolition team, accompanied by a significant number of law enforcement officers, commenced the operation at 6 a.m. on Sunday, anticipating minimal resistance as shop owners would likely be at home during that time. During an assessment visit to the market on Friday, Bolao Oki, the general manager of the Lagos State Building Control Agency (LABSCA), announced the planned demolition. This information was relayed in a statement by the agency's spokesperson Adetayo Akitoye Ashagba. Oki revealed that the affected buildings had been marked for demolition multiple times since 2016, but the occupants disregarded the notices. His visit aimed to issue final warnings and evacuation notices to the occupants of the structures slated for demolition.
editors of the news do well to visit www.africanhousingnews.com. According to the Center for Affordable Housing Finance in Africa, the cheapest newly built house by a developer in Nigeria is approximately $10,000 US. So it is estimated that only about 9.7% of the urban household in Nigeria can afford the cheapest house. Now let's feel the pulse of some Nigerians as they speak on ways government can assist in making low-income earners homeowners on Voices on the Street.
We've not done much in terms of housing, so a lot more needs to be done to uplift Nigerian standard of living as regards housing. Now, there's a big problem when it comes to this issue of providing houses for low-income earners in Nigeria, because at the end of the day, it's those who are well-to-do who come over and buy these houses, meaning that the people whom these houses are meant for at the end of the day do not enjoy them because the cost is not actually that low.
We need good accommodation, particularly the civil servants who are the workforce of the nation need good things. When you have a place to lay your head that is convenient, it will make you to work well. But when your place of living is not conducive enough, you cannot sleep well, there's no security, you cannot relax in your house. It will also affect whatever you do, emotionally, psychologically, and otherwise. It will affect person all around. My advice to the government of the Federation of Nigeria is they should improve in the production. Making affordable the houses. One, give the civil servants opportunity to be able to afford the accommodation necessary for them. Government should help at least subsidize the price for civil servants.
It's bad because before you find a civil servant today, a government who called himself a government worker that is not a businessman, to put up a roof over his head, at least you're supposed to let's say you steal for somewhere. Because if you are basing on the salary, you don't have it. At least if government can do this for the low-carding people, are you getting me right? Down. Maybe for now, maybe about that kind of 12 to 13 years for you be going. Then you have about 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom. They start remitting from your money to where you go. At least it's better.
Look at what Federal Housing Authority is doing. We are not even hearing much. We are not hearing much about them. Even Federal Mortgage Bank, they are not doing enough. They may be working, but the Nigerians are not feeling what they are doing because, for instance, in Abuja, it is very bad for somebody to rent a 1-bedroom apartment for close to $1 million in the city.
We know that we have what is called the Ministry of Works and Housing. How are they really provided a housing or affordable housing to the people? We equally have what we call Federal Mortgage Bank. How are they faring with the civil servant? Not just civil servant, individuals, Nigerians. So it is my sincere advice to the government and the authority concerned that if we want to see a better Nigeria, they must come out clean. Sincerity must be. Most of us travel outside here, we know what it takes. If you travel outside here, I want to just spend even a month, I can get a house to stay. Affordable.
Voices on the Street there. The greater percentage of the average Nigerian cannot afford adequate housing, while others pay not just over 30%, but over 50% of their monthly income on housing, which is a cost burden. This has an adverse effect on their standard of living, as what is left is insufficient to cater to other needs, such as food, clothing, medical bills, and a whole lot more. One of the most important things that any government can address is housing affordability, where those in the low-income group can afford to own a house. This will definitely reduce the rate of homelessness in the society, as well as the huge housing deficit. Let's take a short break. Stay with Housing Development. You're watching Housing Development. Access to low-cost housing is more difficult for millions of Nigerians. For years, Nigerian authorities have been pledging to address the issue of providing affordable low-cost houses, but without much result. How can more low-income earners become homeowners? What strategies should the government put in place to provide decent and affordable housing for all? Let's find out from this report.
Affordable housing is a basic need of man. World Health Organization defines housing as a residential environment, which includes, in addition to the physical structure that man uses for shelter, all necessary services, facilities, equipment, and devices needed for the physical, mental, and social well-being of the family. Housing may be considered affordable if its rent or mortgage is below 30% of that household's income. In Nigeria, minimum wage is estimated at 30,000, which is not sufficient to meet the basic needs of an average family, as inflation keeps rocking the world. Families who can barely survive cannot afford to purchase a home. Home ownership in Nigeria is below average compared to other countries' estimated home ownership. Speaking to some experts on housing projects and delivery about the possibility of an average Nigerian owning a home, they gave their views.
Affordable housing for the low income, that's a very good one. And classifying it for the low income must be driven by the government. I will call it, instead of affordable housing for low income, I will say social housing. Anywhere in the world, social housing is driven by the government. Otherwise, there is no way low income can own their own structure.
When you're talking of affordable housing, you have to consider local building materials, because most times the affordability of a house actually depends on the materials that are being used for construction.
On what strategies government can put in place to fulfill its promises in providing affordable housing for Nigerians, they said.
The critical area where government should do is to provide land. Very critical. They must provide land for building and also infrastructure. Now, if, for instance, there's a piece of land where government proposes to build houses for the less income earners, and there's no infrastructure on those lands. We don't have mechanical infrastructures, we don't have electrical infrastructures on those lands. It becomes a problem.
Government can provide service land designated for social housing. Say this land, let them put water, put road, put electricity there. It will reduce the cost dramatically. That's one. Make loans available for the unbankables. the unbankable. There are some unbankables. The poor, the middle poor, the upper poor, the lower middle, the middle. Some of them are bankable, some of them are unbankables. And so you make loan available that they can pay in their lifetime that will not impact on their living.
If government could implement housing policies with strict adherence to executing them, low and medium income earners who make up a greater number of the country's population would be able to afford a home and create legacies which will impact generations to come.
Welcome back. You're watching Housing Development. To support health development and assistance to humanity, Mayfield Specialist Hospital and Padiat Healthcare signed a memorandum of understanding recently in Abuja. Our correspondent will give more detail.
Mayfield Specialist Hospital and Padiat Healthcare have signed a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) to enhance professionalism, growth, and the need to serve humanity. The signing ceremony took place in Abuja during a meeting between the Mayfield Specialist Hospital Limited Chairman, Dr. Adeyinka Bibilari, and the Padiat Healthcare Group Chairman, Dr. Hazib Rahman Padiat. The chairman of Mayfield Specialist Hospital, Dr. Adeyinka Bibilari, during the signing ceremony, noted that the importance of the partnership is the need to reduce medical tourism by providing a platform for top-notch medical treatment in Nigeria.
Today is a culmination of a partnership which we hope will benefit our people. What they are bringing on board: expertise, knowledge, and equipment. Today, the Mayfield Hospital is partnering. We are entering into a joint venture partnership because we are going to be equal partners in this hospital and the more hospitals to come. This is like a test case that it can work, and we can show people all this edifice. The partnership is bringing in professionalism in so many aspects of medicine, in all aspects of medicine, not so many. This is going to outlive all of us. I told the chairman Padia this morning that why we are building this partnership is to do something for humanity that will outlive all of us. Nobody lives here. It is patients and doctors that everybody is contributing in, which Padiat is bringing expertise. That we know that, I've told him, we can still do bigger than this. Nigeria will witness 3,000, 5,000 beds in my lifetime. If nobody does it, we will do it.
The building boasts of 8 specialized elevators, which Bibilari described as a first-of-its-kind healthcare service in Nigeria, aimed at providing world-class facilities to support health development and assistance to humanity.
When you put up an edifice of this magnitude and you want good expertise that is lacking, it is nice to talk to people who also have same ideas about bringing quality health care into the country. This building today is like a seed that has been put in the ground that is today being fruitful by bringing on board expertise from so many other countries to come in with good equipment, with good personnel, and treat all kinds of all the diseases. All operations, all surgeries have been agreed upon. There is no reason again to travel out of the country for a medical care. The country will conserve its foreign exchange. Our people will conserve their money because at affordable prices, this hospital will offer the same thing they have been offering to other countries.
He also noted that the hospital is going to be at an affordable cost, emphasizing the need for affordable healthcare service for the benefit of all.
We said that it's going to be at very affordable cost because the issue is not just building a big edifice. The issue is putting in the healthcare at affordable cost. And the agreement we have signed today is that our people must get healthcare provided at affordable cost.
Also speaking, the chairman of Padiat Healthcare, Dr. Hazib Rahman Padiat, expressed satisfaction with the new partnership, promising to bring the best healthcare facilities to Nigeria at an affordable cost.
In Africa, we run today 5 hospitals, And today we operate Africa's largest public-private partnership, the 1,200 bedded Senkantener Hospital in Democratic Republic of Congo. Now this is our first venture into Nigeria with Mayfield's Hospital, which is also the largest private hospital in the country. Now we plan to bring in all kinds of advanced healthcare systems and make this a totally paperless hospital and provide the Nigerian citizens and the larger Central Africa by preventing them to go outside African continent for medical care. The amount of money which our country is losing because of the medical tourism outflow is very huge. We are now closing down the hospital from 1st of July for 6 months period, and we expect to reopen in 6 months fully functional with all departments and all surgeries going on.
Padilla Healthcare is a renowned international healthcare investment company with over 26 hospitals across Asian, African, and Middle East countries.
It is countdown to the 17th African International Housing Show, a unique one-stop event for construction industry stakeholders, real estate developers, furniture companies, home decor and technology manufacturers, as well as suppliers, building materials manufacturers, as well as suppliers. Africa International Housing Show is the largest exhibition and conference in Africa. Now here are testimonials from exhibitors that attended the last AIHS.
This show has been amazing. I would say that I've actually learned a lot, networked with a whole lot of real estate developers out there. So it's been insightful so far. Like, I'm really overwhelmed. I've learned a lot.
We must thank Abuja Housing Show for giving us this opportunity. And we are so pleased to interact with the people in the audience here. They are showing a lot of interest and curiosity. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
I am so particularly impressed by the content of delivery. First and foremost, the awareness, the publicity. Prior to this time, I have 3-4 partners who have called me to remind me that they have seen adverts of Abuja International Show on television, on news media. Am I going to be here? I was really amazed that if people are not in the sector are so aware of this, then the organizer of the same must have done a lot to get people's attention, and that's quite a commendable feat.
Abuja Housing Show is a very productive event. You come around here to meet over 50,000 persons. It's been very productive. I mean, since we started coming here, there has been a greater brand awareness, and you meet the corporate world, you meet the public, you meet the masses, and then you do business in a great way and in a special way. I think that's part of the reason why we're here.
Very impressive. Absolutely impressive. Every year, this exhibition keeps growing bigger. Greater attendance, global attendance, and this is an improvement of the very excellent one we had last year also.
It's very amazing. It's an amazing experience so far. The turnout has been good. We've been getting a lot of customers coming up, and overall it's been amazing so far.
I can tell you authoritatively that I have met my expectations already, because what I have seen, the kind of people, caliber of people that have come around here, people are enthusiastic about what we do. We've taken people to sites, they've gone there, and I can tell you that we have made sales. That's the most important thing, and I'm happy to report that. So I'm a happy CEO, I can tell you.
Quality and decent housing for all Nigerians is a right and not a privilege. Therefore, there is a need for the government to evolve an effective housing policy that will guarantee more affordable houses to the low-income earners. What is the pride of a government when the masses cannot own a house? That is it on housing development today. Thanks for watching. I remain your housing diva, Fleur Ani. See you soon.